Hello, everybody.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to welcome to the first episode of Character Review.
Yes,
We ha- yes, we got Retro Pizza Fan. That's your name, right?
just retro pizza. Thank you very much.
Okay. As
Yes,
as the co-host here, and our guest for today is Concept Cheese Entertainment.
yes.
Hello there, everyone. Charles here, also known as Custom Entertainment and host of Chucky's Talk Show.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's really great. Actually been on your third episode for CUC now, being on here for a character review. So, before we start off this whole review, this quick question: So, you guys like going in order, or
Yeah, we're gonna be going in order per
uh,
episode.
Yeah.
all right? All right. Well, I'll let you guys take the floor on this one. I'm just a guest star, so I won't talk that much unless if I need. But I'll let you guys do it. You guys got the floor anyway.
All right. So today's episode is about Chucky. The
Yes.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows Chucky.
Yep.
He's
He's
one
a
of the
big
most
C.
He's one of the most
Yes.
recognizable mascots of all time,
Yep.
up there with Ronald McDonald.
Next to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, he's very popular, and yes, he's more well known than every other all the other characters. And
I guess you can
most
say that.
people who are yeah, most people in the fandom don't really. I mean, if you're not in most people that aren't in the fandom don't really know the rest of the characters.
Mm-hmm. Usually just the
But
main band.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Pizza Time Theater era, Chucky was kind of rude to everyone.
hmm
Uh,
He was
no,
hardcore, to say the least.
mm-hmm.
Yes, he was very rough, but he still had some charm to his character, which is I think why a lot of people like that era of Chucky more than say
Yeah,
Rockstar era, which is more softer, but also so like mean to like people like Pasquale. I mean, come on.
yeah.
Love for Pasquale.
Charles, what do you think of the Pizza Time Theater era?
That's actually one of the good errors that they should have. Like for me, honestly, we did a topic about this also. So, just reviewing from the peacetime theater era, it's a really good era, I could say. There's a lot of things that you can't really put into a good generation. As in back
hmm
then, Chucky would smoke a cigar and wear a
Yeah.
derby hat, and so many stages that went to that era. Like you guys mentioned, that he was rude to a lot of the characters. Like today, you can't really him saying the Jasper, the fruitcake dog, or insult Pasquale or Munch, or even a guest star, and
Yes.
you don't really see that much anymore. Besides Rockstar era, a little bit of it, but it's like you had to put like a good attitude error and really good showcase where he didn't really know how to sing because back then the voice actor for Chucky was John Wylock, and he could not never sing, and that was in a Scott Wilson's interview, and I believe the video's gone now, but
Well,
there was going to
the
be
video you can still see the video. It's just I believe it's blacklisted, but it is on a playlist that I have put together on my channel. Uh,
uh,
yes, it's a very unique video, and it's very interesting to see what it was like in the working with the crew during that era, and it's very
yeah,
interesting to see how everything worked out. Yeah, and
yeah.
like as you mentioned, Chuck, he was a very hardcore character. He was definitely rough on the others, but I will admit it was pretty funny. Some parts were
It was
pretty
a pretty
enjoyable to
pretty funny
watch.
era. The showcase were really good. Like you can't really
Yes.
bring those things back anymore. Like you can't really
hmm
just say you're gonna bring back a classic skit. You're gonna bring back something that they did. Like you have songs that were done back in the Peace on Theater era that was good. Nothing
Yeah.
can master it to the other eras because Peace on Theater was really a good era to really put out some good showcase. Even though it went to
hmm
bankruptcy, that's the thing. Even though it went to bankruptcy, so I mean for showcase, I'm just gonna say it like this: before the bankruptcy was a thing because the other showcase were okay and all, but before it was a thing, before John got replaced by Scott Wilson, the other showcase
Yeah.
back then, where his insults and all were good. That was like something you cannot beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Chucky used to smoke in that era, which most cartoon characters, it wasn't really that strange seeing them smoking. But now,
Yeah,
Yeah. Since it
because
was
it's
the
pretty bad.
back then, with the Flintstones, they would do like commercials with smoking, and that back
Oh
then it's
yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
nothing compared to today. Like also, you can't see Chucky smoking a cigar or a cigarette or nothing because that's gonna seem weird to the kids. Because back then you can get away with that stuff, and no one is gonna question about it. But
Yeah. TV is different now.
yes,
Yeah.
TV entertainment, any type of entertainment.
Yes, at
yeah,
the time, many cartoons weren't as, I guess you could say, clean as they are now, which they're very PC and they're
yes,
very, yeah, easygoing with their content. Unlike Chucky, who was a literal smoker
yeah,
and would insult his friends, which
hmm
was still enjoyable, but still kind of off-putting to see today.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh. All right. Are we ready to move on to the next era of Chucky? The next era is the Tux era, which is my personal favorite era.
Phase two.
Yeah, the Chuck E. Cheese Tux era. Many
There's a lot
people.
to say about this one. There's a lot to say about this one. It's how like like one thing I would like love to mention is how like this specific phase of Chucky is like a weird mix of phase one and phase three, which is just more radical Chuck, whatever you call him.
Yeah,
He's way more nicer in this one, but he's also way more classy with his good old suit. He's not naked this time.
yeah. Some even say that his Tux era. Many people say kind of looks like the Mickey Mouse suit at Disneyland.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very similar to how Mickey Mouse dressed in parks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the gold. They even have the same color palette of red, gold, or yellow, and black.
yeah. That was
hmm
a good one.
Yeah. Wasn't this the era where didn't Disney do the Chuck E. Cheese songs for a while?
I'm not
Yeah.
too sure actually. I don't
Well,
know.
the Tux lasts around till 80, no, 98. Take the back, 98. So yes,
Wait,
that was during.
wait. I'm
Is
pretty sure it lasted until the mid '90s. Because after the mid '90s, that's
yeah.
when they introduced Sports Chuck, which was
Oh yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
unique
You take yeah,
Culture.
concept.
take that back. I take that back. Thank you. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
very
mid
unique.
'90s. The
Yes.
Coast Chuck was during the time with Disney, but with Tux Chuck era, it was a really good era. They had a lot of good shows. The live shows are getting much better. We don't get to see another thing that a lot of things today. Well, besides with the whole pandemic and everything, but things you
Uh-huh.
don't see that much anymore. It's like the live shows. You don't have the cast members going out and participating in the live shows.
The Tux era is my favorite era because
Yes.
there's lots of good
hmm
art like posters. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Is there
Tux
anything else
era.
you guys?
Artwork,
I really like Tux
everything.
era. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not gonna lie, Phase Three was by far, in my opinion, one of the best phases. It was a big
Hello.
Phase Three. So
Uh, the next era is Cool Chuck. It's
yes, by far one of the best phases.
yes, Cool Chuck would eventually turn into Avenger Chuck.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, which was technically Phase Four in the late '90s, like the very late '90s, because Phase Three was, I guess, you could say,
Yeah,
yeah.
short-lived, as Avenger kind of just came right after.
During Cool Chuck, they were really trying to figure out what they wanted to do with the character. As you can see, there is like
hmm
many different costumes, different hats
that was
and
so much.
stuff.
That was a good way that they did
There's
it. That's a good way that they should have done it.
mhm.
With now they put themselves in so much different costumes. And another thing, besides the fact with Disney producing the shows, which I want to point something out in a little bit, but I'm gonna let you guys take it after I said this part. But another thing too, during the time with the appearance, like you mentioned, there was in competition with another place with Discovery Fun Zone
Yeah,
or Discovery Zone.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Didn't Discovery Zone close?
Yes, they have clothes. They have Chuck E. Cheese have actually beat them because the thing was they came up with Sky Tooth in around '94. Chuck E. Cheese did the same idea.
Uh, didn't they change Chucky's design to the Cool Chuck to compete with to compete with Discovery Zone?
Yes, they tried to do that because Discovery Zone was I forgot the whole story behind it actually, but I know it's on Defunct Land, but they was trying to compete with Chuck E. Cheese because they had like attractions and everything, and this is like during the time too when Disney was trying to do things also like the
Oh yeah, with the like the Chuck E. like the Disney version kind of
yeah,
failed.
the Disney version of their
Yeah,
attraction that didn't went out well planned, and McDonald's was having the play place and every stuff like that.
they got beat by a very powerful rat
Yes.
A powerful
named the
rat by the
Charles
name of
Entertainment
Paris
Cheese.
Entertainment Cheese.
Entertainment
Yep.
Cheese. Yes,
And
you
and
can
also
never beat out
speaking
Chuck E. Cheese.
right.
Yeah.
And
The big
speaking
Yeah.
oh
of which,
yeah.
with Disney also too, a little interesting fact, and I know some people have watched some of these previous episodes. I mentioned this so many times. I had talked down with voice actor Barney the Dinosaur, Joseph Dales, and of course Mr. Pasquale the Chef himself. I had talked to Bob West about the time when they were doing the shows at Disney, and I know some people were wondering how this got all started. Well, Dean Cran, who was the head of the showbiz company, wanted to make some changes in the show. So around in April, they decided to contact with Disney. And I mean, I don't know, you guys ever gonna do like a topic like the Disney shows and everything, but I'm just gonna say like this: some of the '95 shows was bad, like August '95 and January '96 were like the only two bad ones. But
Yeah. They weren't that good.
no, they wasn't that good. I find I find August '95 as something to really just mess around with people with. But yeah, it's not a good show tape. It really has like different voice actors, and I know there was a demo, and Duncan was playing this about a demo that they done, and the persons in the studio during the Walt Disney Studio didn't like it, so he fired all the other guys and um bring back the other voice actors to film to record it to in the Disney studios. Some of the shows were filmed at the Disney parks themselves, but it was no proven fact that Chuck E. Cheese and Mickey Mouse ever came to a meetup. But it only lasted for 3 years. They forgot to renew their contract with Disney, and I mean, who knows? To this point on, we're not sure Disney will actually, go back for that idea because that thing now with Disney, they're just in it for the money. But
I'm pretty sure not because Disney, or at least Disney now, isn't really worth like
yeah,
they're not really willing to do anything
right.
unless it's for a big profit. Like for example, Mulan
Yeah,
was, but the biggest factor to that was how it pandered to China because
yeah,
China has a really huge population rate, and unless
right.
Chuck E. Cheese goes to China, I don't see Disney doing anything for
Yeah.
CEC Entertainment.
Well, like they said,
Yeah.
they didn't renew their contract with Disney, and I'm guessing they won't go to that same step again because now Disney is just after the money of other stations like ESPN, Fox Network, and they're just doing things to find a way to save money or just to lose it and just do things that
Mhm.
they're trying to make possible.
Oh yeah.
So then we move on. I think is a very interesting phase as the last phase of I guess what is the soul of Chuck E. Cheese as I like to put it because Rockstar Chuck E. is it could get a whole new video of its own just
Yeah,
talking about what's happening with the Rockstar era. But Phase
yeah.
4 is by far I guess the last resemblance of what Chuck E. Cheese kind of you know I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
really know how to put it but like
It was
for example
evolution.
Chucky is pretty awesome.
like for example, in design, you look at Phase 1 Chucky and Phase 4, you can still say they're the same character, but you look at Phase
Right.
1 and Phase 5, and you're like, who is this weird Pixar mouse? It's
Yeah.
it's very strange how Chuck E. Cheese didn't really carefully like change the design over time, but instead kind of just remade it into this new hip modern rocker mouse who just
Mhm. And also the storyline too. Also, we just
yeah they
found
changed
out
up his story.
around in the holidays 2014 show around Merry Christmas time. Everyone was confused saying that Chucky was an orphan growing up, and they just
Hmm.
found out that Much is from a purple planet. Helen is
Yes.
from New York. Pasquale, well, we know the story of Pasquale because the Pasquale story remained the same. And
Hmm.
Jasper, he's from Tennessee, all the way from Nashville, and he actually plays a bass guitar instead of electric
Not a
guitar. But
banjo. Hmm.
yeah, it's not
Everything
a
doesn't
banjo,
make any
not
sense.
it.
Yeah.
The way
And I
the
also like to mention
storyline.
how
Mm,
I also like to quickly mention how it's like you know how they reference like other characters in Every Boy and Every Girl, where like they had Dolly Dimples, they had Artie
Yeah,
Antlers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead, no Krusty is there. Krusty just
Yeah, that's
died.
something they should have had Krusty there.
Like we have all characters, but like Krusty,
Hmm.
no, no Krusty. Sorry.
Harmony Howlett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolly Kings. I like how they did it with the 2017 version. I like how today they're still keeping the history behind it. Companies
Except they
like
did
that.
change a lot of elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed a lot of
Yeah.
elements in the songs, but I gotta give props on the teams for doing their best of keeping their
hmm
their behind history till it is to this day. Because a lot of places, like some companies or kids shows, they'll get rid of the history and be like, "This is a new beginning." People
Yeah.
won't even notice the real history behind it.
You're
But
like,
Chuck E. Cheese's
yeah.
they really put that history be like they still keep the history till this day. As in the live streams, we get
Yeah.
to see the PCT Chucky, a lot of OP Stunt Theater stuff behind Chuck. That's really know that the company really do cares about the history, and
Yeah.
us fans till this day are still telling others through YouTube, through showbizpieces.com about the history of Chuck E. Cheese and how it became to be.
hmm
Yeah. Avenger Chuck is I honestly think Avenger Chuck is better than Rockstar Chucky.
Right.
Yeah. We can all agree on that because there's a lot of issues with Rockstar Chuck with his
Yeah.
character. Like, for example, there are some times where he's not very positive, unlike Avenger Chuck, who's always tries to be positive. He even made a
Hmm.
song about it. I mean, come on, Keep on Smiling. I mean, that's a classic.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
videos like walk in the park, and he's like, I don't know about this guys. I feel very depressed. Not very
Uh,
Chucky-ish.
there was a lot of hit and miss. That's the thing. There was a lot of hit and miss in the songs. As to one of
Uh-huh.
them, like I'm just gonna put like much to make me band in general. As
Mhm.
much as
Uh,
I love song title, the title didn't make any sense. I get
Mhm.
it. It kind of feels like Jasper and Munch was doing a last minute thing of like trying to make up
Improv
a song.
song. Yeah. Yeah, it's an
And
improv song. They had to think
it's
of
like,
something, but song.
yeah, it could have had like a good theme, but song title it didn't make sense, and nothing's wrong with the song itself, but you could have made something else. But instead, I like how Chucky's like, we can do dancing kid or in the future again, or
yeah.
like what a year later or so, around the after the 40th anniversary month, they did if everyone were Chucky. And that was real better because we get to see Steve Waters came back again. We get to see tokens, the ball crow, which I know a lot of stores getting mad about the token situation.
Which is, yeah. I actually heard there's
But
some stores that actually still use tokens, which is actually a very
yes,
rare
that
sight to
that
see.
that was really
Uh,
crazy. But I like that. I like that line so much, and I can see why some stores would call the company saying, "Oh, hey, we still use tokens. What are you talking about?"
Uh-huh.
yeah. Um. Uh. I had something in my mind. Oh yeah. With Rockstar Chucky. I mean, not something I don't like is how they don't really do segments anymore.
Yeah, they took that
That's
all around
true.
2015. Yeah, around 2015 they took
Yeah.
that out. So
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure.
great.
I'm pretty sure one of the last shows that had segments was January of 2015. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure.
Um,
Uh.
the
I'm pretty
segments
sure.
are
Yeah.
like I think no, they changed it. They changed their segments around 2015. They changed it back to acts. Well, no, I take that back. My
Oh.
bad. They changed. They did acts around 2014, around the summer show, and then after that, it was like after a song, it went to a skit, and it goes to the puppets doing their playing like, oh, where's Steve Waters or Justin is pranking everyone backstage. We gotta find out who's doing this, or they go out of company during a wolf and all, but it really feels sad because there's like songs, and after that it goes to an intermission, and it feels like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
I
after.
yeah. The segments were better, honestly.
Uh huh.
Cause yeah, sometimes they have things like they say something happens, but with the animatronics, it doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Chucky would say, "I'm gonna play my electric guitar," and then the animatronic would literally just be sitting there.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just kind of strange and a little off-putting. They should have made at least like a prop for something like maybe at least something to do for Rockstar Chuck and the animatronics. But then comes animatronics also comes 2.0, which is just in my opinion one of like the lowest points of Chuck E. Cheese,
That's
other
where
than
the
the
money was
Yeah,
merge.
like. That's where they lost
yeah.
money. Basically,
Yeah,
2.0 was like the worst idea.
yeah.
The
I
first
have a
episode of my podcast was literally talking about why we don't like the redesign.
Yeah, I can say a lot about 2.0. Like like for one, they didn't even redesign Chucky. They didn't try for anything. They just replaced it with a dance floor. It's cool for some parts, but the animatronics are truly the heart of Chuck E. Cheese. When you think
Yeah,
of Chuck E. Cheese, you think of the Studio C or the Cyberamics, or maybe even the old Cyberamics, or maybe even the Portrait Bots. But
Right.
there's a lot of things to Chuck E. Cheese that also have something to do with the animatronics, because the animatronics also kind of made part in Chuck E. Cheese's history on how Nolan Bush
Right.
went to Disney
Right.
and he saw the tiki birds, and
Yep.
it's just stuff like that. It's crucial to Chuck E. Cheese, and you can't do Chuck E. Cheese
I'm.
without the
I'm.
yeah,
I'm.
bots.
I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, but I know some people
Yeah,
are listening in. I'm gonna say it like this: do not take this offensive. It's just my opinion, and also, I mean, if
all
you
right,
guys can agree with me, cool. If y'all want to agree with me in the comments, cool. I mean, you guys it's just my opinion. This is how I'm gonna say it. Now I know the history
all
and all
right,
Trick Cheese really downhill. Of course, yes, the kids started playing the games more because the generation kids are into the games and all. Less people in the show are like they used to be. But the thing is, mostly, and besides, it's the company losing their money back and back, especially with the Studio C. I
yes,
just gotta blame it like this, and I'm not calling out nobody's stores. That's the thing. I don't want to call out no one's store because I get put down too many times with this. When I say this, some of the text, and I know I saw this from one video. Some of the techs at a store do not really take care of their bots. It's like, okay,
yeah,
Arabic,
that's
they don't
factual.
take care of it.
Yes.
my
It's
location does not take care of them at all.
Yeah,
right.
especially when it's a when it's a retrofitted rocket fire explosion show, because those
Right,
need tons of like a lot of care. And then like
right.
Billy Bob's Wonderland, where that show is absolutely not great, and then you see a Chuck E. Cheese, it's like Jesus Christ, what am I looking at?
Yeah. But like
Some
I said,
yeah,
I'm not
especially when it comes to modern cybernetics as well.
right, and I'm
Like old cybernetics were at least consistent with design, and then you see new ones, and they're like, why is his eye smaller than this one? It's very odd
yeah,
how Chuck E. Cheese
and
handled these
you know,
misprints, I guess.
like I said, I'm not calling no one's locations out. This is just my opinion, my 2 cents. The thing is, the company that still does it probably doesn't have to do it today. Even the fact is, like some stores, because even if
Yeah,
a store closes or get 2.0, if the thing is they'll either A get destroyed or go to the company for spare parts, or B if the store necessarily needs parts, and I'm just gonna say like this: if there's a tech out there and if that store nearby is closed wherever the heck they're living at, and if they don't need parts, then I don't know what to say, but
yeah,
they'll put
yeah.
parts
My
on the show.
yeah, my local location that I go to often is the one in San Jose Tully Road. That's like my
Uh-huh.
location because I go there a lot.
Right,
What I say about the location is that the Studio C there, or that place it with a flat screen, it wasn't in
yeah,
great condition. The curtains were slowly dissolving. The mask for the robot, it was off. There was a lot of elements that needed this. That's kind of a con to having a bot. But you have to understand, like a lot of people, like even Chuck E. Cheese needs to understand that that if other people can take, like, they could take care of bots and they can make simple things, and they could just do better. They could do better with a lot of points to bots, or they could do
right,
better to bots. Yeah,
Mhm.
because like people are even like making bots. They're doing, like, they're trying to recreate bots. Like my friend Give Oyster, he's trying to recreate the portrait bots, and we're learning
mhm,
Mhm.
about like how simply these are made. And one thing that Chuck E. Cheese should have done is try to make simpler bots.
yeah,
Like just
Simple.
something
I'm
cooler.
not. Cause if they're too
They could have.
simple, they're not gonna grab anyone's attention. You
That's
need to make
very true,
them.
but but it's just a lot of things that they could have done. That's just my opinion. I feel like they should have just maybe redesigned something, done something cooler, maybe make smaller animatronics. Heck, even bring back the old Cybernetics. I don't know. I just really wish that the animatronics had a basic alternative, cared
Yeah.
for easily, and just done.
Yes.
And
So to
yeah,
yeah.
And
It's
you're right. If
oh
it's too simple, it won't catch anyone's attention. But if it's unique to get someone's attention, that's nice. Even if it's not completely special, just as long as electronics, no matter how they do it, it would still be pretty cool for the company because at least they're not getting rid of them entirely, which I think is a
Right.
really bad thing for them to do. Because, like I said before, and as many of you guys said, the animatronics, even though some of them are hard to care and other take care of them, they're still a crucial part of Chuck E. Cheese, and it's still kind of sad to
Right.
see how other restaurants
Yeah.
don't really care for the animatronics because big, they're bulky, they don't. Sometimes there's some parts that you can't really get anymore. And that's why I
Right.
wish these do that instead of just like them being, you know what? I don't think we need bots anymore. And saying that you don't get anyone's attention is an understatement from
Yeah.
the CEO. I think Leverton, because it was
Mhm.
very, I guess, ignorant for him to say that, to just say no one cares about the bots anymore. Because of course, there's a lot of people that care about the bots. We care about the
yeah
bots, but then you have to understand that yeah, I get it. Some of them are very hard, but I just wish, like, what I'm saying is that I wish Chuck E. Cheese thought of like a way, like just they can figure something out instead of just giving up entirely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Charles, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I totally agree. This whole idea with the 2.0 was just something really bad. And, like I
Hmm.
said, with also another thing, Gordon Hope don't really create the boss that much anymore, and the company don't do all the creating bots. But I know there's so many people, and I know Corp now is really getting into the this whole situation with stores closing down and destroying bots one by one and stuff. And I can't really say
Yes.
nothing bad about it and all, but yeah, I agree with you guys' points on that. Really agree.
Hmm.
All right, yeah. So basically, to sum it up, with all the eras of Chucky, the Pizza Tent
Hmm.
Theater era is the beginning. Tuxedo
Hmm.
era is the prime era, like
Yeah.
when it started getting better. Avenger,
Hmm.
Cool and Avenger era is when that was when it was amazing.
Yeah.
The voices, the segments, everything about it, the designs.
Phase 3 and phase 4, and like for phase 5 and 2.0 were basically of higher quality.
Right.
Yeah, the Rockstar era is when things started going bad. Like I like the
There's no
Rockstar
offense.
design.
I feel like the Rockstar design, like if it had a little more thought into its design, it could have been a really nice phase, and it could have been
Right.
really like well. And if the company paid more attention to say like the animatronics and to keep this and to take this out and to do what's better for the company, that's what they're
Yeah,
doing.
and
Like
they they
if
completely
if
redesigned all the
yeah.
characters, and not gonna lie, they don't look too good.
Yeah,
Right.
when I see like Jasper's design is inconsistent, Helen is the only one that hasn't really changed at all.
Yeah,
Squally,
Uh-huh.
she
same
isn't.
thing. Munch isn't
Helen
naked
looks like an
anymore, so
anime
that's
girl. That's
obviously
all I can
terrible.
say. I'm gonna say it like
Yeah,
this. Helen looks like some anime girl. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
if one of her song, like if one song calls her a gamer chick, that's cringe. And we also can't forget there's Chucky of course who is just that's not Chucky. Like when I see that Chucky, I don't think the one I grew up with Avenger Chuck and him being nice and friendly. I see
yeah.
a weird mix of like Phase One,
mhm.
sports Chuck and mix.
Yeah.
It's
Mm,
so weird.
yeah.
He's like a
Some
weird
say
hybrid
Rockstar
rat.
Chucky. Some say that Rockstar Chucky is like an Alvin and the Chipmunks reject.
He is. He has to be. There has to be like a segment where he talks about getting rejected by Alvin the Chipmunks.
He's had a commercial with them. I know that.
Yeah, Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese, make that happen. Make it canon, please.
Charles, what do you think of the Rockstar designs?
Yeah, I gotta say, the Rockstar designs are really cool. I love my first time going to Grapevine seeing the Phase 5 artwork. I love all their designs, honestly. But I have a Jasper pick actually too. But the thing is, I just wish they bring more Pescoli pledges out this year. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
I want to body push. They 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 kind of neglect Pasquale a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're not
ever
very
since
nice to Pasquale.
96, 97, they sort of stopped doing it. Well, 96 takes it
Which
back,
I think
but
is which I think is messed up of Chuck. I mean, come on, this is like the very first guy that Chucky meets in his journey of becoming Chuck E. Cheese. And the first
Right.
thing this guy does, right, is be all friendly. He sees the birthday party. Next thing you know it, they're like, oh, look at Pasquale, whatever.
Respect.
Which that's just messed up of Chucky. I mean, come on, Chucky. Like that's that's like your very first best friend. Like,
Yeah, and but
just
Pasquale's another episode, so we don't want to get too much into him.
yeah. And then there's other characters like Krusty, which we don't really have much on. That could be like a short video, I suppose,
Yeah.
since he's
Yeah.
only been there for about a year.
A year or two.
What are your guys'
Yeah,
Charles, what's your favorite era?
Oh man, I love all of them, but I had to go with the best one. It has to be Avenger. It's a chain
Avenger?
Avenger,
Yeah.
piece of time, but Avenger, yeah,
I'm pretty sure most of the fandom can also agree that the Avenger era is pretty good.
yeah.
yeah.
Avenger is by far one of the best eras in Chuck E. Cheese history because it doesn't even go
Mhm.
against Avenger. Duncan, I get that John Whitlock was the first. Scott did a great
Yeah,
job. He's second place. But Duncan is Chuck E. Cheese. He is
Yeah,
the
but
character. He's the character for
the
the
Avenger
longest.
era is the one that's
Yeah,
used everywhere. Like in pop culture references,
exactly.
he uh, he's
Duncan
the
in
most.
Avenger. Yeah, Duncan in Avenger. Like he is Chuck E. Cheese. When you think of Chuck E. Avenger, which
right.
which I think getting rid of him at least give him a slight redesign, not change him entirely. Because then you don't have Chuck E. Cheese anymore. All that you have is some cool mouse that just so happens to have a decent arcade, which I feel like is where Chuck E. Cheese kind of lost itself there. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, Charles, don't you have like a series, Letters to Chuck and Jasper?
Oh yeah. Now speaking of which of that, I might bring it back up. It's been a while since I've done letters to Chucky and Jasper, so thank you for saying that there. So for some people, I don't know, like we're running out of time or everything here, but thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done that series. So I've done this series called Letters to Chucky and Jasper, where I voice Chuck, Avenger Chuck and Jasper, and we ask a lot of fans questions, and it'll be either Jasper will read it, Chuck will read it, Jasper will read it, and sometimes they'll break out to a song from that topic. Yeah, I it's been a while since I've done that. I have been busy with other projects with the show and other videos, but I will have to bring that back someday for Lois and Chucky and Jasper.
uh-huh.
All right, I think that's all.
Yep.
Is what
Thank
else you guys want to say?
thank you everyone for coming to this video. I feel very honored to be here with you all, and I
Charles,
hope
thanks for
this
joining
video
us
gets big.
today.
Yep, thank you very
Always
much, Charles. We appreciate it.
a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, make sure subscribe to
Mhm.
Charles and Nathan. I'll put their channel links in the
New
description.
username.
Stay
Yeah,
tuned for more content on Constitution Entertainment, Charles Tucker Entertainment,
Mhm.
and of course, make sure you guys check out Chucky's Talk Show. Actually, before you get off the air, do want to frequently apologize for the fan art video for not coming out. YouTube was having a bit of
yep.
bug situation, but I'll have get that out by the end of next year. But stay tuned for a
I
new
also
Chucky description coming out October 2nd. You do not want to miss it. And of course,
I,
stay tuned for Chucky's Talk Show.
I also want to
All right.
apologize for not getting a live stream one time. All right,
No problem.
guys. All right,
That's all for now.
all right. Thank you all.
Like, subscribe. Have a Chucky day
Mhm.
and
Keep
stay
on
hydrated.
smiling.
Oh my gosh, guys, we did it. We did our very first Chuck E. Cheese
Yeah,
character study.
that was actually pretty good.
That was pretty good. Other than that one part where I got kicked out of my room, then that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna end.